Have you ever noticed a woman acting strangely around you as if she's hiding something? Sometimes it's not the words she speaks that reveal the truth, but the silence she keeps, the glances she steals, the way she pulls away when you get too close. Behind the calm facade, there may be a heart quietly aching for you. Not every emotion announces itself. Some are hidden beneath restraint, dignity, and fear. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss the signs completely. But if you learn how to see, not just look, you'll begin to understand the language of her subtle suffering. In this video, we'll uncover 9 quiet behaviors that often go unnoticed, yet speak volumes about what she truly feels inside. Stay with us until the very end, because the last sign may completely shift the way you understand her actions and possibly her heart. If you're someone who values emotional depth and wants to sharpen your insight into the quiet truths behind connection, you're in the right place. This is Stoic Station, where we don't just explain behavior, we interpret the silence in between. So take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Stoic Station, and turn on notifications so you never miss content that explores the deeper side of love, perception, and self-mastery. Now, are you ready to see what's been hidden in plain sight? Let's begin. Sign number 1. She distances herself without a clear explanation. It starts with something subtle. You feel her pull away, but you can't explain why. One day, she's fully present, laughing at your stories, sending texts that brighten your day, responding with warmth. Then suddenly she fades. Plans are cancelled. Messages take longer. Conversations grow shorter. No reason, no goodbye, just space. And that space, it's louder than any words she could have said. This silence screams what she doesn't say. Most men misread this. They assume she's lost interest, moved on, or grown tired. But the truth is often far more complicated. She's not being cold. She's overwhelmed. Being around you stirs something in her. Something too raw, too vulnerable, too real. And rather than let those emotions consume her, she backs away to protect herself. Distance becomes her shield. Her way of keeping control when her heart feels anything but steady. She might think, if I stay close, I might fall harder. And if I fall, I might break. So she chooses silence. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much and doesn't know how to carry the weight of it. When you see her again, don't just focus on what she says. Watch what she avoids. Watch her eyes, how they flicker to yours when she thinks you're not looking. That momentary glance, that unspoken ache, is her truth. Her body might seem composed, but her silence is not peace. It's noise, confusion, longing, fear, all bottled into quiet. You didn't do something wrong. You did something right. You reached her heart. And now, she's keeping her distance not because she wants less, but because deep down, she's terrified of wanting more. Sign number 2. She seeks your attention through indirect actions. She won't come right out and say how she feels. She won't send you a long message admitting the way you affect her, or stand in front of you and bare her heart. That's not how she works, not when she's still figuring out how to protect it. Instead, she'll reach for your attention in quiet, clever ways. A vague quote on her story that somehow echoes something only the two of you understand. A photo with a particular smile that she knows has always caught your eye. She might walk into the room dressed a little differently, elevated, intentional, because she knows you'll be there. Every little action is a silent cry for your attention. She's not doing it randomly. These choices are deliberate, but disguised as casual. She wants you to notice her, not for validation, but for connection. She's navigating the delicate line between being seen and being exposed. These indirect gestures give her room to feel close without the risk of rejection. They let her ask for your presence without having to voice the need. If you've ever caught her glancing your way after a joke, or noticed her energy shift when you walk into the room, that's not coincidence. It's calculated vulnerability. She's checking if you see her, if you still care, if you'd still choose her in a room full of distractions. To you, it may seem like she's just being social, but look deeper. There's a pattern, one only meant for you to see. Behind each casual move is a woman holding back a truth she's too scared to say out loud, that you still mean more to her than she wants you to know. Sign number 3. She acts strangely when she's around you. There's something different about the way she is when you're near. You've seen her in other settings, confident, articulate, in control, but around you, that composure starts to crack. Her voice wavers when she speaks. She stumbles over simple words, laughs a little too loud at something only mildly funny, or fidgets with whatever's in her hands like she can't find stillness. And maybe you've wondered why she seems so off. The answer isn't disinterest. It's something far deeper. It's not a lack of interest. It's actually the opposite. You stir something strong inside her. Your presence shifts something in her, emotionally, physiologically. The way you carry yourself, the way your energy fills the room, the sound of your voice, the way you look at her. It's too much for her to process with ease. She doesn't know how to be casual around you because nothing she feels for you is casual. And so her body reacts before her mind can take control. The awkwardness you see isn't discomfort. It's desire tangled up in fear. She's trying to appear unaffected, to remain in control, but her nervous energy betrays her. Her behavior is the friction between what she wants to show and what she actually feels. That tension, it's not something she can fake. You are the variable she can't predict or contain. And when a woman who's usually grounded begins to seem unsettled around you, it's not confusion, it's chemistry. What you see on the surface is only the tip of what's trembling beneath. Sign number 4. She feels jealous but tries to hide it. It doesn't take much to shift the air between you, just a casual mention of another woman. Maybe you didn't think twice when you brought her up. Maybe it was just a name in a story, an innocent reference. But for her, it lands differently. Her reaction is subtle but real. A slight pause, a change in tone, a quick deflection disguised as a joke. She may roll her eyes, laugh it off, or say something sarcastic, but if you're paying attention, you'll notice something deeper underneath. That jealousy is a sign that she cares more than she's willing to admit. It's her heart reacting without permission. She doesn't want you to know it bothers her. That's why she hides it behind carefully timed humor or an exaggerated indifference. But the body doesn't lie. The flicker in her eyes, the shift in posture, the quiet tension. These are not the marks of someone who's unaffected. They are the tells of someone silently wrestling with emotion. And it's not the presence of another woman that hurts her most. It's the possibility that she could lose a space in your world that she still wants to belong to. She may even ask questions later, framed as curiosity, when in truth she's trying to measure where she stands. Her jealousy isn't about ownership or control. It's about yearning, about feeling left behind but not allowed to say so. And the silence she holds in those moments, it's full of everything she can't put into words. It's not emptiness, it's noise, raw, aching, and undeniably real. Sign number 5. She holds on to memories of moments with you. She might casually bring up something you said months ago, a joke, a comment, a random moment you barely remember. Maybe she recalls what you were wearing on a day you didn't think twice about, or references a place you once went together like it's still fresh in her mind. To you, it might feel small, even insignificant, but to her, those memories are more than fragments of the past. They're emotional anchors she returns to when the present feels too quiet without you in it. She suffers in silence because everything you do deeply impacts her. She doesn't talk about it openly. She won't tell you how often your name comes to mind when she's driving alone, or how certain songs pull her right back to moments she can't seem to let go of. Instead, she relives it all in quiet reflection. Your laughter, your voice, the way you looked at her like she mattered. And though she pretends these memories are just passing thoughts, they're not. They're comfort. They're longing. They're the closest thing she has to you when distance or silence fills the space between. When a woman remembers the smallest details, it's not by accident. It's a sign that those moments meant something to her, more than she was ready to admit at the time. She's not trying to move on. She's trying to preserve the version of you she still holds in her heart. Because even though you may have moved forward, she's still standing in the echo of what was, quietly holding on to pieces of you in secret. Those memories aren't fading for her. They're alive, kept close, guarded carefully, and replayed like the last safe place she can visit without getting hurt again. And in that space, she's still connected to you, even if only through what she refuses to forget. Sign number 6. She hesitates before replying to your messages. You send her a message. Nothing too serious, maybe a simple check-in, maybe a response to something she posted. She sees it. She's online. But the reply doesn't come right away. Minutes pass, then hours. And when it finally does arrive, it's short, guarded, lacking the warmth you expected. It's easy to assume she's being cold or disinterested, but that's only the surface. It might seem simple or even a little cold, but in reality, she rewrote that message several times before sending it. She stared at your words far longer than you think, rewrote her response once, then again, deleted it, started over, paused, asked herself, is this too much? Too little? Will he read into it? Her hesitation isn't because she doesn't care, it's because she does, and she's afraid of revealing more than she can take back. Every word becomes a careful calculation between what she wants to say and what she believes she's allowed to say. There's a war happening between vulnerability and self-protection. She wants to connect with you, but she also fears that if she says too much, you'll see the truth in her tone, the longing, the confusion, the silent hope. And so she settles for something safer, something colder, something that won't make her feel exposed. But make no mistake, you are not just another guy in her inbox. If you were, her reply would have come instantly, effortlessly. The delay is not rejection, it's emotional weight. You matter enough to make her nervous, to make her careful. And behind every seemingly simple message is a quiet storm of emotion she's trying her best to navigate without losing her pride. Sign number 7. She tries hard to seem indifferent around you. She plays it well, the part of someone unaffected. When you're around, she's polite, maybe even cheerful. She keeps the conversation light, focused on safe, surface-level topics. You'd almost believe she's moved on, that you're just another person passing through her day. But if you pay attention, you'll notice something off. There's a tension behind her smile, a stiffness in the way she carries herself when you speak. It's not indifference, it's effort. Effort to keep her heart from showing too much. That coldness is just a mask hiding what she really feels. When conversations get personal, she's the first to change the subject. If you say something kind or vulnerable, she deflects with a joke or moves on quickly. She laughs at things that don't amuse her, not because she finds them funny, but because silence terrifies her. In the quiet, her real feelings rise, and she's not ready to let them surface. That composure she maintains. It's not ease, it's resistance. She's not being distant because she doesn't care. She's distant because caring hurts, and the closer you get to that part of her she's trying to bury, the more you'll see the cracks in the facade. Her avoidance, her laughter, her cool tone, their armor. But like all armor, they weren't meant to be worn forever. They were built in a moment of emotional self-preservation. What she won't say with words, she reveals in restraint. The way she won't meet your eyes for too long. The way she keeps one foot out the door emotionally. She wants to seem strong, detached, unfazed. But inside, she's anything but. And as much as she tries to hide it, the truth lingers just beneath the surface, aching to be seen, but terrified of being exposed. Sign number 8. She overreacts to the little things you do. At first, it may seem confusing. You reschedule a plan and she gets unusually distant. You casually mention another woman and she responds with a sarcastic jab. You remember a small detail she once shared, and suddenly her entire expression shifts, softens, brightens. These aren't random mood swings. They're emotional cues from someone who feels far more than she's ready to admit. You affect her more than she'd like to admit. And sometimes her heart speaks louder than her reason. She tries to stay composed, to brush things off the way someone who doesn't care would. But your words hit deeper than they should. Your silence lingers longer than she'd like. And your presence, whether given or withheld, changes the temperature of her entire day. These strong reactions are never about the surface-level event. They're about everything she's been holding inside, everything she hasn't found the courage to say. When she lashes out or lights up or suddenly goes quiet, she's not just reacting to what you did. She's responding to what it meant coming from you. You've become a mirror to her emotions, and sometimes that reflection is too intense to manage gracefully. She's not trying to be dramatic. She's trying to stay in control. But your actions slip past her defenses more easily than she expects. And when she tries to take it back, to laugh it off or minimize it later, that doesn't erase the truth. It only confirms it. You still hold a place in her heart, and no matter how hard she works to stay unaffected, her emotions will continue to surface, reminding both of you that what you share, or once shared, still echoes beneath the surface. Sign number 9. She avoids touching you, even in natural moments. There's something telling in the space she keeps between you, something that speaks louder than any words. You go in for a friendly touch on the arm, and she instinctively shifts back. You lean in during a moment of shared laughter, and she folds her arms just slightly as if to protect herself. Around other people she's warm, open, maybe even playful with physical contact. But when it's you, it's different. She keeps a safe distance, as if touch could expose her feelings. And in truth, it probably could. That distance isn't rejection, it's restraint. Because for her, touching you isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's admission. Touch, even the most innocent kind, feels like surrender. And surrender means risk. The kind of risk that leaves her heart exposed to something she's not ready to face, or perhaps something she thought she had buried. That space between you. It's not discomfort, it's control. Her body knows what her mind is trying to forget. If she lets her guard down, even for a second, her feelings might show. She might lean into the warmth she still feels, and that scares her more than she'll ever say. So instead of reaching out, she pulls back. Not because she doesn't want to touch you, but because she's terrified of what that touch might bring back to life. The hesitation isn't emptiness, it's tension. Emotional tension wrapped in the silence of unsaid things. And sometimes the absence of touch carries more weight than touch itself. Because what she's avoiding isn't just your hand. It's the truth of what still lives between you, waiting quietly in the space she refuses to cross. Summary. Now that you've seen these signs, take a step back and look beyond the obvious. A woman doesn't always express her feelings through words. More often it's in what she holds back, the moments she avoids eye contact, The silence she lets linger, the touches she never reaches for, the questions she never dares to ask. These are not signs of indifference. They are quiet confessions wrapped in restraint. Her distance isn't emptiness. Her hesitation isn't coldness. What she's withholding is the very proof that something still lives inside her. A storm of emotion carefully hidden beneath the surface. She may never say it out loud, but she hopes you'll notice, because a part of her still wants to be seen. And not just seen, but understood without having to explain why she's been pulling away, why she's guarded, why your presence still moves her more than she's ready to admit. So don't ignore what's subtle. Don't brush off what feels small, because sometimes the most powerful truths are spoken in the things left unsaid, and what she's not telling you might be the very thing you've been waiting to hear. If this video helped you see these behaviors through a more thoughtful lens, if it gave you a deeper understanding of the quiet ways someone show what they're too afraid to say, take a moment to support this space. Click the like button to let us know the message reached you. It helps the content find others who may need it too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Stoic Station so you don't miss future videos that explore the hidden language of emotion, connection, and healing. This channel is here to offer clarity, perspective, and quiet strength for those navigating the deeper side of love and self-awareness. If any of these signs reminded you of someone or echoed something you've lived through, share it in the comments below. Your experience might be the mirror someone else needs to recognize their own story. Turn on notifications to stay connected with us. At Stoic Station, we're not just learning about others, we're rediscovering ourselves, one quiet truth at a time. Stay grounded, stay steady, and above all, stay open to what's still unfolding within you.